disclaimer for the beginning of the video. You're gonna see this at the beginning and probably at the end. A lot of the stuff that I'm gonna be talking about may or may not be TMI. I hold nothing back, though I don't use words like normal people, if that makes sense. Like when I talk about, like, you know, when people say down there, I don't say that. I usually say, you know, the pushing area or something like that in regards to what I'm talking about. I'm going to use a metaphor or a like word to talk about it. Keep pushing, if not for your baby, because a lot of people do it for your baby. Sometimes that sucks to get me. I carried her, you know. So if not for your baby, do it for you. Do it for your well-being. Hello. Welcome to Sky Gaming Mom. And I'm doing my first vlog in a long time. I don't know, I just decided I just need to do it, right? I've been feeling like very self-conscious. Oh, look at that gray hair. Oh my goodness. But, you know, sometimes that's the best time to just do it. When you're just not feeling yourself, you don't feel good about it. It's just like, this may be good for me to do in the long run. I feel toe up right now. I feel like I look toe up right now. I just put the little one to sleep. And I'm like, you know what? This would be the best time out of any to just sit here and talk about everything I've been going through the past 6-7 months with little one. So bear with me, I will say that, because it's gonna be a ride, y'all. It's gonna be a ride. I also feel weird. I feel like I'm talking to myself. But I'm gonna get into it. So if you're new here, this is Sky Gaming Mom. Welcome. And if you're reoccurring, then you more than likely know me, because I don't have that many subscribers anyway. But no, seriously though, thank you for coming to this video. I don't know what made you click it, but thank you. And I hope you watch it all the way through, because I'm going to cut my hair and I'm going to talk. And I had to cut my hair because I ended up with a bald spot. It was huge. I had a huge bald spot like right here. And this was right after birth. So what I did was I cut the sides like this, and then I had just cut the back across. So it was like a weird, I don't know what that's called when you just cut the sides. It's not a mohawk because I had all of this. I don't know. Well, I was running my mouth, right, to find that my phone cut the video. I wasn't done talking. But that's okay, because I gotta start over anyway, because I'm not even ready to cut my hair yet. I don't have everything I need. I have the scissors. Yes, I'm using scissors. Don't judge me. Just using what I got. Okay. So she just woke up. She was asleep for all of 3 minutes. And is now eating and looking at me. So I'm gonna go back to, I'm gonna just start at the beginning. I gave birth February 16th, 2021, and she was a healthy, why you do that? Huh? Healthy 7 pounds, 8.5 ounces. Yeah. She was like 18 to 20 inches long. Something like that. And immediately after pushing, you know, they take the baby from you to go and clean her and whatnot. I feel a problem. And I'm telling the doctor, I'm like, you know, something doesn't feel right down in the pushy area. And the doctor's like, oh, you probably just got hemorrhoids after pushing so hard. Y'all, not even a good 5 minutes go by. And I feel something swelling down in the pushing regions. And I'm telling the doctor, so I go ahead and I just test it out myself. I'm like, that does not feel right. And it doesn't feel like hemorrhoids. That's not that area. And the doctor again is just like, it's fine. And they put, I forgot what the medicine is called, but they put some medicine in the area to supposedly alleviate hemorrhoids, and then something else in there in the other side to get my uterus to contract so it can go back to its normal size. Man, another 5 minutes go by, so it's just like 10 minutes, and they're doing they're pushing your stomach and making sure everything is good and all that. And it's getting bigger and bigger, and I'm like, and it's starting to hurt really bad too, by the way. That pain was crazy. It was worse than the birth. And I'm like, that does not feel normal. So then another doctor comes in, and I'm pulling this lady to the side, and I'm like, something doesn't feel right. Can you check it? And she looks, and she's like, oh no, we have to, you know, check you out. Y'all, when they checked me, I apparently had what's called a hematoma, where your tissue bruises and blood puddles into it, like your blood vessels burst, and that bruised area it fills with blood. And then in bad cases, if it fills with too much blood, it could rupture. So luckily in my case, I was persistent enough to be like, hello, that don't feel right, it's very painful. And you know, the doctor that checked was like, oh snap, that they caught it before rupturing could happen. But it was also in an area where, really? Okay, so it's also in an area where it was already somewhat soft from me just giving birth. So like I feel that when I pushed her really hard. She came out in 3 pushes. That third push, that 1, 2, you know, her shoulders came out in such velocity that it caused the bruising where I had bruising at. I'm gonna give y'all some terms somewhere in this video explaining all of that. But yeah, so the tissue, she had just came out, so it was about this big in size. All the blood had pooled, and then they had to give me blood because they tested my blood count and it was really low. I think it was 13. Yeah, so they gave me like 2 packs of blood over the course of 3 days. You were asleep for 2 minutes. It's starting to get warm too. So I'm sorry if the fan is loud. What are you doing? Peekaboo. I see you. Peekaboo. Hi. She's playing with a pillow. Looking all cute. Let me show her right quick. Say hi. cutie. What? I think she's pooping. So I'm gonna let her poop. She looked at me like, what are you doing? Where was I even at? I was in the hospital for a week after giving birth. They didn't do anything for me for the hematoma for the first 2 days, except give me blood. When they realized giving me blood wasn't doing too much, they started to use compression, and they would put a ice pack on it and then wrap me very tightly. So I guess cut off the circulation. And they had to wrap it around my right leg to keep it on, and then wrap it around like the right leg mostly, and then like do like a weird 8 kind of wrap to keep it on. And my right leg felt numb all the time, but they had to do for it. And they made me get a CAT scan just to make sure I wasn't bleeding anywhere else. And luckily I wasn't. Luckily it was just the small blood vessels in that area that just burst, and they just needed to stay compact so that they could heal properly. Thank God that that's all it was. The next 3 days after the first 2 was them wrapping it and putting it in a compress. And we spent those nights, the first 2 nights was in the birthing room, but then they had to move me because they needed the room for other people giving birth. And they put us in a triage room because they didn't have any available patient rooms. So we're in this little corridor, these little teeny corridors. I don't know if you've ever been in triage in the hospital, but it's just these little things with a curtain so they can get you in and out. That's what triage is supposed to be. They're supposed to just, oh, this is what's wrong with you. Okay, we can take you here and further steps. We were in there. He had to drag the sleep chair from one of the rooms to put in the triage room. That giant, so it was the hospital bed, then the sleep bed. It was this close. He could have rolled over into my bed. I could have rolled over into his bed. It's crazy. It's crazy. The final night, we stayed in a patient room. And then the next morning, they were like, you can go home because it went down enough. And I was able to have normal bathroom happenings. And I could get up because I couldn't walk at first. It was so bad. My legs and everything just... But yes, I eventually was able to walk and stuff. That drive home, y'all. She was so cute in that car seat. But sitting down was so painful. Oh, fun fact. So because of the pain, they gave me a shot of morphine. And I was just... The last clip of me talking in the birth vlog, that was when I was on the morphine and I was trying to convey what was going on, and that was difficult. All I wanted to do was sleep, but then she was hungry. I was trying to breastfeed. That didn't last. More on that later. Breastfeeding, child. Breastfeeding. I don't know, it's me. I tried though. Anyways, I'll come back to that later again, as I was saying. So I'm not going to talk about the hospital anymore. That was a week that I would like to forget, but I probably won't. It was happy and traumatic. I'm blessed that it wasn't tragic. Yeah, Lele. Yeah. So we get home and I'm trying to do everything that I normally do, which was a bad move. I had everything set up because I was hoping to have a home birth. I could birth in the tub at home. Beautiful. I can handle that. I handle everything else. I mean, I went without, besides the Pitocin, besides them inducing me, I went through the birth without any medication. I didn't get an epidural. I didn't get anything. I tried the little inhaling, gassy, whatever that stuff is, nitrous something, and then I just tossed that to the side because it just made you sleepy, and I didn't need to be sleepy. I needed to get, you know, all right. Dumb this time to go back to doing the same stuff I was doing before she was born. Being a super mom. Ended up getting mantitis. Mantitis? I hope I'm saying that correctly. Because when I was breastfeeding the baby, I couldn't properly, it was so hard to get up and go to the bathroom. I had a really bad fever, and everybody in the house was tripping out. Yeah, I'm still in the video. I'm cutting. I ain't done because I'm talking. Did you say hi to daddy? Did you say hi? Did you say hi to daddy? But yeah, I haven't had a fever in years, so that was horrible. And then I realized that I can't keep pushing myself to do stuff, because we were taking trips to visit people and stuff with the baby, and you know, we just couldn't. I had to rest. I had to be put on bed rest. I mean, the doctor was like, yeah, you definitely got to do that, because I mean, I was supposed to already be on bed rest because of the hematoma. It was so big, and you know, movement, walking around and all that good stuff could have caused it to, sitting on it could have caused it to be aggravated. But we had stuff we had to do. We felt like we had to do it, so we got it done. And then after a while, hubby just took over all of it so that I could stay on bed rest. And all I did was rest, get fed, take care of the baby. It took me 3.5 months to be able to get up, walk into my kitchen, and cook something. Something that I did almost every day was now something that I could barely do. Or I'd have a panic attack. It was so bad. Walking around in my own apartment gave me panic attacks. That's when I knew, like, I either need a break or I need a rest. I needed a rest and I needed to pray. And I needed to meditate. To be for real. Oh, the biggest thing that I had to deal with was postpartum anxiety. That's a thing, yo. That is a thing. Believe it or not. I have a history of anxiety, but I realized after this time around that it were more than likely postpartum related. And I never realized that postpartum is not just after you have the baby and the baby is like 1 or something. Postpartum is period. After you give birth, period. Any time frame from when the baby comes out of you to when you feel normal again. You know what I mean? Especially if you deal with a lot and there's a lot of stresses in your life. Thank the Lord that this time around I was blessed to not have many stresses, and I have a bunch of help, and I thank everybody that helped me and came by and brought the baby stuff and all that. I appreciate you guys so much. Don't understand. The anxiety, I'll say, is the worst part for me personally. This is the third time that I've dealt with it because I've had 3 babies. Rawr! Did I scare you? You scare me. I want to say that if you stumbled across my video because you two are going through postpartum mayhem, that's what I'll call it. It's okay to feel the way you feel. It's okay to sometimes not like your children. It's okay to sometimes not like your surroundings or your area. But just keep in mind that you need to take care of you. Granted, you still have to take care of your children as well. But take care of you and eventually you'll feel better. Especially as the smaller ones get older, you'll have more time to take care of you and in turn be able to better take care of your family. And I had to keep that in my mind all the time. Because I was on bed, I hated just being in the bed. And I'm like, you know, babe, go do this for me, babe, go do that for me. I hated that. It's the most annoying. That crap sucked, alright? Yeah, man, needed to rest, otherwise I wasn't gonna heal. And now I can proudly say that the hematoma, I can no longer feel it. I won't say that it's not there because it was a very, like, maybe pea-sized little lump there for the last month. But yeah, I no longer feel it. So I'm blessed for that. And then little dramatic ma'am over here, she's old enough to sit up and crawl, and she's actually trying to walk already, which is crazy. I'm gonna do a whole video on her later. But yes, there were times I was just angry. I shouldn't be here, but no. Rest up, get your me time. At any chance you get your me time. Don't feel bad. Express yourself. That was another one. I used to feel bad that I was having panic attacks, and when I explained it to hubby, he didn't understand, and that would make me feel worse because it's like, how do I explain that I'm having these irrational, you know, thoughts and feelings? They were always irrational. Out of nowhere, it'd just be like, you know, oh no, I'm panicking, and he's like, what's wrong? And I would never know how to explain. But just explain it. Just sometimes you just gotta say, look, I don't understand myself, but I need the support. It's okay. It's fine. Our bodies were made for this. What God created us for. Part of what God created us for. And we got it. There's always a storm. The storms are good. The rain is good. Water's good for you. Storms don't last forever also. Sun eventually comes out. Just keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing, if not for your baby, because a lot of people say, do it for your baby. And sometimes that sucks to hear. Like, I carried her. Leave me alone. So, if not for your baby, do it for you. Do it for your well-being. Alright? Are you jacking me up? That's rude. How dare you? I'm gonna tell. You know who I'm gonna tell? No, I don't either. I don't know who I'm gonna tell yet either. I'm gonna think of somebody. I'm gonna tell your grandma. Yeah, I'm gonna tell grandma you messing with me. What are you doing? No. I'm almost done here. So after I cut it, I'm going to shape it down. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with this yet. I said in the first video that I was gonna flat iron it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet, but I'm gonna just be happy to have a bang. Hello again. I know this is the same video, but I'm saying hello again because it's like hours later. And I just went ahead and cut that piece that I had left over. My hair is uneven everywhere, but I'm going to use, that's not that one. That one's too big for the amount of hair that I have right now. I'm trying to get the guard. Okay, so I'm going to be using this guard for my hair. It's number 3, 10 millimeter. Because I think that's how short my hair is right now. I already done brushed through it. And there's a few pieces that I done missed, but I think I'll get it with the clippers. So it's fine. Yeah, I don't want to cut it down too low. And then I have to be bald. Though there's nothing wrong with being bald. I've been bald before. But it's starting to get cold. I don't like when my head is cold. But my hair grows back pretty quickly. So I'm just doing this to start over. I'm also going to cut the ends of this bang. I might cut the bang into a bang. We'll see how that works, because I'm no expert at bangs. I don't know how that works. My hair doesn't lay down either. I have what's known as Vegeta hair or Goku hair. If you watch anime, you'll know what I'm talking about. But so to summarize everything I wanted to say, I wanted to just briefly talk about my postpartum stuff